In this video, we're going to talk about property injection. To demonstrate property injection, I have added a Blazor web app project that uses static server-side rendering for the presentation layer. Note that while creating the project, I have set the interactive render mode to none. And I have set the presentation project as my startup project. This project contains an addbook.razor Blazor component. This component contains an edit form component that lets users enter book information. Now, you don't need to worry about the edit form component. That's not important for this course. Just know that the edit form component is bound to our book domain entity class, and we know the book entity class is present in the business logic layer project. So the presentation project contains a reference to the business logic layer project. The edit form component has an onValidSubmit parameter that is set to a method called submitBook. So this method will be invoked when the form is submitted with valid data. In the submitBook method, I've commented out the following lines: var service equals new book service, new book repository. So in the commented section, the Blazor component creates an object of the book service class and passes in an instance of a class that implements iBook repository to the constructor. But really, creating instances of dependencies called object composition should be the responsibility of the composition root, as we will see in the next video. So if the addbook.razor Blazor component is not responsible for book service instantiation, then it can simply use property injection to let its consumer inject an instance of a book service dependency in a property. To do that, we need to specify a razor directive at the top here at inject book service, and then bring in the namespace book service. And down here, simply call await bookservice.addbook, passing in the required arguments. Now the @inject directive that we used translates to the following code. So a property called bookService of type bookService with the inject attribute applied on it. So this means that any consumer, whoever is instantiating the Blazor component, needs to assign an instance of bookService to the bookService property. And this follows that when bookService is instantiated, an object of a class that implements iBook repository also needs to be supplied to the bookService constructor. In the next video, we will talk about what we covered so far.